Hello, my name is Adonis and welcome back to my channel. Got a new setup, hope you guys like it. So let's get right into it. Today I'm going to be doing my love and loss spread for all of my Aries out there. So let's get after it. What type of energies are my Aries currently dealing with? What kind of energies are my Aries currently dealing with? What type of energies are all my Aries currently dealing with? What kind of energies are all my Aries currently dealing with? Cards you need to see. Show me cards you need to see. Show me cards. Feels good. All right. So currently, my Aries, you are dealing with a 7 of Cups situation here, where there's a lot of options that it seems like you have. Some of them illusionary. So right now, there seems to be a lot of coals in the fire. All right. Now, what you're trying to do is the Emperor card is take a leadership position here, kind of assert yourself here. Try to kind of take control of the situation. In other words, you're trying to narrow down your choices a little bit here. All right. Giving you more of an idea what works for you, what doesn't work for you. We also have the King of Cups here. King of Cups representing making wise choices when it comes to being generous with your time, quite possibly not just your time, but also with your pentacles as well. So it's about making wise choices. You're all about making wise choices in this particular point in time about where you where the best to spend your time here. Now, with that being said, here the Wheel of Fortune is definitely moving into your favor. So your mindset is definitely you're definitely moving in the right direction. Mine is definitely moving in the right direction, narrowing down the choices and being more focused, taking more of a leadership, demanding role in where you want to spend your time and energy. Okay. Although here we also got the Hangman energy here, so there has been a little bit of stagnation. Things have been kind of stagnant, but like I said, remember, the Wheel of Fortune is beginning to move in your favor. So things are going to begin to kind of clear up a little bit because what you're looking for here is a soulmate connection here. A soulmate twin flame connection here, like lovers, someone you can work in a harmony with, not just being friends, but also being lovers. So that's the type of energy that you're currently dealing with here. So there's a lot of choices that you're dealing with. But like I said, you're beginning to kind of narrow those things down a little bit. So with that being said, let us see here. Let us see what are your strengths? What kind of strengths are you dealing with here? What kind of strengths are you dealing with here? What type of strengths are you dealing with here? What type of strengths are you dealing with here? What type of strengths are you dealing with here? Show the cards you need to see. See. Show the cards. I need to see. There we go. So, what types of strengths are you currently dealing with? What kind of strengths are you currently dealing with here? Well, we have the Eight of Wands. Eight of Wands is all about you're sending out a lot of there's a lot of communication that's taking place here. As I said, the Wheel of Fortune is beginning to move in your favor again. So you're sending a lot of communication via Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, maybe even the old-fashioned method of calling someone on the phone. Okay, but there's a lot of energy being put out here. You're being actively involved in trying to make things happen here. And we also have the Five of Swords here. Five of Swords representing a situation in which you're like, you know what? Five of Swords is all about standing and fighting and walking away. The way that I'm feeling this situation is you're trying to rule things in and rule things out. All right. So that's why there's a lot of communication. Like I said before, you're kind of narrowing down the options here. So you're trying to rule things in and rule things out here. Got the Two of Wands here. It appears as if here, you definitely are aware with the Two of Wands energy here that there are two very clear paths. I kind of getting the impression here that you've narrowed these things down to potentially two type of energies here. that I'm kind of getting the feeling here that you've pretty much narrowed your focus. There's still a lot on the periphery, but there's really two main persons you're really very much interested in here. We also have the Temperance card here. Temperance means in this particular perspective, you're looking for an equal give and take. So, you are willing to put the energy and the effort into a robust relationship, but also like in kind, you want to receive that energy as well. Okay, so you're looking for an equal give and take, an equal exchange of energy, ideas, and time. We also have the Seven of Swords here. All right, so we got to go back to the question: what are your particular strengths? Well, you're looking for any kind of sneaky behavior here, and these actually the Moon card and the Seven of Swords actually in a particular situation go hand in hand here. You're looking for either some type of either some type of sneaky behavior or red flags here, like the Moon card. Potential deception, if you will. Hidden perils. Moon card is all about deception. You look for any kind of deceptive energy or deceptive any kind of red flags. I'm just going to narrow it down. Any kind of red flags you're kind of being on the lookout for here. So there's that. All right. So with that being said, here, what are your blockages here? What are the current blockages that's potentially keeping you away from finding that true soulmate connection? What are the potential blockages could you be dealing with? What are the potential blockages you're looking at? What kind of potential blockages could you be looking at here? Cards you can see. Cards you can see. Cards. Okay, so here we have the Nine of Wands. Nine of Wands representing you're being. So we got what are the current blocks keeping you from really finding that soulmate connection? You're being very cautious. Nine of Wands is all about being very cautious, kind of apprehensive. Okay, so that's pretty much what is pretty much kind of blocking you. You're being overly. It's a such thing as being overly cautious. Understand you're being cautious, but you're being overly cautious. In other words, layman's terms, you may be overthinking this thing. That makes sense. All right. Also, we have here Nine of Pentacles. So you're looking for that specific energy that you vibe with, but at the same time, you're kind of, Nine of Pentacles energy is all about kind of being having solidarity with yourself. So you're comfortable in your own skin. So you're not looking to kind of rush anything. You're kind of taking your time. So in other words, the Nine of Pentacles is all about a person having everything they need to have, they're in a really good place. They're comfortable in their own skin. They have everything that they need. They're solidarity, happy with themselves. So when you're in no rush, you're kind of taking your time, okay? And you're being cautious. Now again, got to go back to the question: what are the potential blockages here? Potential blockages could be, hey, you're being a little bit too cautious. Also here, again, there's no rush because you're looking for that right thing here. Now that's not necessarily saying it's a bad thing, but But also here we have it's really interesting here, we have the Four of Cups here. Excuse me, Four of Cups. Six of Cups, pardon me. Six of Cups energy representing, so I'll flip there for a minute. The Six of Cups representing an individual. There's some type of potential energy here from the past. A possible past connection here. I'm not going to say this person is an ex, and this may be one of the two individuals we're talking about here. Okay, this is definitely a past energy we're talking about. Perhaps someone that you dated, but for one reason or another didn't quite go that far. But this person is definitely not an ex, but it's someone that you definitely have dated before. When not dated, that's too strong a term. You've gone out on a date or 2 with this person. Okay, so I want to clarify that statement there. You also got the Page of Cups energy. Page of Cups energy representing there is a bit of there's a slight bit of communication here. Okay, you know, it's just it's the beginning, the budding of communications beginning to open up with the Page of Cups energy here. You know, potential love, potential communication here. Also, again, you got to go back to the fact that's the potential blockage. So even though there's unfinished business here with this Six of Cups situation here. Also with the Page, you know, Page of Cups is also, you know, communication, budding communication. That's the potential blockage. Again, let me just go through this and then I'll tell you what I'm really feeling here. You also got the King of Cups energy again, making wise decision when it comes to being generous with your time, with your energy, that sort of thing. And finally here we have the Hanged Man energy, which means that things are kind of stuck, stalled. So let's bring this baby all the way back. What we're really getting at here is there's an old expression: if you study long, you study wrong here. So I do see that there is a bit of hesitation on your part to find that Mr. or Mrs. Right. Okay, and there's no rush here. But you know, again, if you study long, you study wrong, and I think that you're kind of dragging your feet here a little bit, Aries. So you're over examining things here. You may want to kind of pick it up a little bit because you may miss out on a good opportunity here. So with that being said here, let's get a little bit of extra advice from the Oracle deck. And then I'm going to tell you guys a couple of things that are coming up that I think are going to be super, super excited about because I know I am. All right, here we go here. So, what additional information is that going to give me before I shut this thing down? What additional information is Spirit going to give me before I shut this thing down? What additional information is Spirit going to give me before I shut this thing down? Cards. Ooh, okay. So, in other words, ready but waiting. So you're definitely ready. As I said, you're definitely ready, but you're kind of waiting for that where all the I's are dotted and all the T's are crossed, which is not exactly a bad thing, but just don't take too long, okay? Because again, you may miss out on a good thing, and you know this person may just get tired of waiting around, saying, you know what, listen, you know. Also, renewal. There's definitely an opportunity of a renewed faith and vigor and love again. Okay, so whoever these two options are, both of them are pretty decent options here, and it's really going to be a situation in which you can pour all of your love inside. So we talk the core card here. So we're talking about deep love on a deep level here. You're going to be able to really pour all your love inside. It's going to be a safe haven for you. So again, you got two pretty good options here, and you know, don't sleep on this because again, like I said before, I do get the impression here that you're over analyzing things. So real quick housekeeping. Stay with me here. As you guys can see, I have a new setup here. So I'm taking a break from pursuing my doctorate degree. That's what I've been doing the whole time that I've been away from YouTube. But I decided to really kind of dig back into YouTube wholeheartedly. And I do have an announcement to make that I am going to be, as part of this channel, I've been experimenting a little bit, that I'm going to be hosting a show dealing with topics of, you know, how to find the right soulmate and maybe a couple of taboo topics in there, and what makes a good partner, and how do you know when to walk away from a relationship. And along with that, you guys are going to be able to call in. All right, so I got that whole Skype number thing working. As you can see, I have some new equipment here, so it's going to be some really exciting stuff. Also, I'm going to be doing a meet and greet because of, you know what, I kind of slowed down things because, you know, there's things everywhere. But things are beginning to open up again. You know, things are beginning to normalize. So I am going to be going on the road. I'm definitely still moving. I'm still moving. So I'm probably going to see a change in background next couple months or so, you know. But I have found a location that I'm happy with, a home that I'm happy with, and you know, the wheels are turning on that. But I'm going to be doing a meet and greet. I'll let you guys know if it's going to be East Coast, West Coast. Probably take a show of hands or something like that. But I'm going to be doing a meet and greet, and it's probably going to be after the holiday. So stay tuned for that. So those are things that are happening in the Adonis world. I love you guys. I'm going to be opening up the readings again next week. So I'll be formally announcing those. So again, I love you guys. I'm back for a while anyway until I decided to go back and do the school thing again. I needed the break, guys. I needed the break. I really did. Anyway, I love you guys. My name is Adonis, and I absolutely positively will see you next time.